mean, if you get somebody maybe a little bit younger who's good at scoring, it could fill the void easily.
Right. He is a top tier scoring talent. He can pull up from just about anywhere. He's got a quick release. I mean, he's not as rangy as Steph, but he definitely has a better frame to get off a good shot. Like, I look at Steph's arms and I'm afraid he's not gonna get the ball to the basket.
Yeah,
he's so thin, right? Is it just me? He looks so thin, doesn't he?
He does. Clay really. It's tough to be Clay because it's tough to measure exactly how effective he is on that team.
Especially because you can't measure defense.
Right, and he is a good defender. He can guard, pretty much 1 through 4 relatively effectively. He's a great shooter. So it might not be as easy to replace him with just like a 3-and-D wing type guy because I think he does bring more than that. But at the same time, that team is so good that losing only one of their stars, I think they can still go toe-to-toe with anybody.
Yeah.
I do too.
I completely agree. There's no doubt in my mind.
They'd be a little bit harder fought wins maybe, but I think they could still manage to squeak out on top.
I feel like of the big four, he's the most replaceable. I feel like Sorry, go on.
I would say that. I mean, you can't, like, Durant is just ridiculous, and then Steph is Steph, and you really need, if you're the Warriors, you really need Draymond's presence. So yeah, I would say that he is the most replaceable, but you still are losing a very, very good player.
I was having this discussion at work with a few of my friends, and they were basically saying that he being Clay, his skill set is irreplaceable because he can pull up and shoot from anywhere, and his defense is incredible. And they were saying, name a player that the Warriors can get that could fill the void that he would leave. Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi might not have the same type of scoring ability, but Nick Young does. And Kawhi can easily handle his own against anyone, really, on defense. And they've already got Nick Young on the team. I mean, he's out there, first one off the plane, shirtless, high-fiving everyone, like he actually did something in the championship.
He likes to party.
Yeah, he does like to party, apparently. But I think, personally, I would like to see Klay Thompson stay, and I'd like to see a team that really would be able to compete with them as is. That is what I would prefer to see, not, LeBron to the Rockets and, Klay Thompson heads to Milwaukee or whatever, crazy theories have been floated out there. So, personally, I think the dynasty is just starting. Don't be surprised if they win at least 3 more in the next 5 years, is how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's tough for anyone to go up against them. Although I think Boston's going to be really good next year, and then I don't know when we're going to discuss it, but LeBron landing places, some of those could have a shot as well.
Yeah, and we'll get to those. That's going to be like the very end. We're saving the best for last.
Oh, goody!
Because I've come up with 10 cities. And or 10 teams, and I'm going to talk about 2 other teams that I've been hearing a lot of people talking about, saying why LeBron should go there, and I'm going to dispel those myths. But that's going to be in a little bit. So I think we're all basically agreeing that this is just the beginning of the dynasty. It's not going away anytime soon, right?
Time will tell.
Yeah, it's going to come down to money.
Barring Klay Thompson leaving.
Right.
But
right.
Last question on this topic, and then we're gonna move on, get on with the rest of our show. This is not the first time that a LeBron James team has been swept in the finals. Now having been swept twice in the NBA Finals, does this do anything to his legacy? And I'm not talking about his legacy among those quote-unquote fans that are just going to trash LeBron no matter what. Is this going to legitimately, detract from his claim that he's the best of all time?
I'll say no, because, simply put, there's no I in team.
Exactly. It's a team sport.
I mean, is he the one saying that he's the best of all time? I feel like it's other people that say that.
I'm pretty sure if you ask him, without a camera in his face, he'd be like, I'm better than Jordan, and I know it.
I mean, yeah, there's people that think that there's already no possible way he's better than Jordan or even Kobe. Jordan, there's an argument. Kobe, he's better than Kobe. There's no argument there. Kobe has 6 rings, but Kobe had Shaq.
Good point.
Shaq is the best, in my opinion, the best center in the history of the NBA.
Very possibly. Shaq was Shaq, and LeBron has never had a Shaq. The closest thing he had was a Raptor and Chris Bosh.
I mean, he actually literally had Shaq in Miami.
It's gone.
But I don't think that him not winning every finals appearance is like, oh, he's not he's not that good. He doesn't have the winning spirit. Blah blah blah. It's a different game. A lot of his finals appearances, he didn't have a super stacked team. He brought a broken Cavs team to the finals a couple of times. So I don't think this should really tarnish anything. You can't do it all yourself.
Right, you can't do it all yourself, but this is the second time he's been swept, not even won a game in the finals. I know one player can't impact a season or, win a series by themselves, but shouldn't he at least have been able to win a game in the NBA Finals?
Well, he did, but then he had JR just stab him in the Achilles tendon.
Again, you can take the player off of the Knicks, but you can't take the Knicks out of the player.
Literally, they won the game if not for JR.
Yeah, and I don't know what was going through JR's mind. I'll never know what's going through JR's mind. You'll never know what was going through JR's mind. And I highly doubt JR knew what was going through JR's mind. But no, you're right. I was playing devil's advocate type thing. That's a stupid argument I was making. No, this isn't going to tarnish his legacy. If anything's going to tarnish his legacy, it's the fact that he looked like he completely quit. His mentality is what it would be the thing that tarnished the legacy. It's not, Wimbledon or the French Open. He can't do it all himself. It's not a one-person thing. He can literally only score 40 points a game. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Broke his arms there.
Still not going to be enough. Okay? Still not going to be enough.
Stop breaking LeBron's arms.
Oh, yeah. After we're done talking about this, I do have one more topic I want to talk about in regards to the NBA Finals. But no, that stupid argument that him being swept twice is going to tarnish his legacy. Because honestly, the two teams that he made it to the finals with that got swept, if I remember correctly, it was was it Taj Gibson was the second best player on the Cavs team that got swept.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, ridiculous. No, these weren't very good teams, and if you took LeBron off of these teams, the teams wouldn't make the playoffs.
Nope. Okay.
Kevin Love is not going to lead the Cavaliers with J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson to the playoffs. All right? So you know me. I very much dislike LeBron James' attitude. But I'm also realistic in the fact that anyone who says that this is going to tarnish LeBron James' legacy obviously doesn't watch basketball.
Right.
Okay?
Fair game.
Now, the last thing, and seriously, I believe this is the last thing that I want to talk about on this topic. LeBron James, do you buy this broken hand BS? Because I really don't. I understand you're a shooter, you play basketball, you dribble with your hand is broken, but they're making this out to be a way bigger story than it should be. Byron Leftwich played a football game with a broken leg. What's his name? Kerry Collins played in a Super Bowl with a dislocated shoulder.
Kurt Angle won an Olympic gold medal with a broken neck.
Broken neck, Kurt Angle won an Olympic gold medal.
Speaking of which, wasn't the AFC title game Brady when he had his thumb injury or whatever too?
Forget Brady. I'm sick of these players who are, elite, top of the level or top tier talent coming up with excuses as to why they lose. You were beat. Where was that cast on his hand? He broke it game 2 apparently. Where was that cast at the end of game 2? At the end of game 3? Oh, but no. As soon as the series is over and it's officially lost, my hand's broken. I'm not playing at 100%.
Yeah.
This is why I disrespect LeBron James the way I do, because he might not be using it as an excuse necessarily, but it's being used as an excuse as to why they lost. And you can't think that he didn't think about that on purpose or think about doing that and display it at this time purposefully. It's a convenient out for him so that he doesn't tarnish his legacy. Do you guys see it any differently, or are we all on the same page?
It's a good point. Yeah, it's even to the point where, there's not really nothing to be ashamed of, but if that's what he feels he's got to do to offset that sting, then I guess so be it in his eyes.
Yeah, I want to see the doctor report. Let's see some proof behind this, because I could certainly see something like. Although, last time he got swept, did he say anything of the sport?
I don't believe so, but he was much younger then, and definitely not in the discussion for greatest of all time at that point. So, I don't know. I have a hard time buying that he was actually injured and to the point where he needed a cast if A, he didn't play with one, and B, it was literally only seen after the series was over. It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, fair.
All right, now that I got that off my chest, I feel like that was my segment that we're going to start when Tony comes back, where we're just going to let him rant for a little bit. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that, not going to lie. But going from that, the NBA awards are going to be coming up. Who do you think deserves to be the MVP? You have 3 options. It was Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and James Harden. I feel like James Harden should be taken out of the equation because, first of all, he doesn't play defense. So who do you think it should be? Do you think it should be